Welcome guys. If you're new to the stock market and you want to start trading, then these 5 steps are for you. So let's get to it. Step number 1, do not open a trading account. That's correct, you heard me right. Do not open a trading account. I know that doesn't make any sense and it's probably not what you're listening to out there, what people are saying to do, but I highly recommend you do not open an account. And the reason is it's too much temptation. All it's going to encourage you to do is go out there and buy a stock that someone said to buy, or you heard it on YouTube, or you read it somewhere, and all you're going to be doing is gambling. You don't want to do that. You want to spend time on your education first and learn these next steps. Then you can open an account. But for now, hold off on that. I know it doesn't make any sense right now, but it will in the future. I promise you that. Step number 2, do not read any stock market books. Again, I know it doesn't make any sense, but do not read any stock market books. The reason is all it's going to do is just discourage you from the stock market and trading. That's what it did for me. When I first started, I ended up losing because I opened a trading account and I gambled. So I decided to start my education. I started by reading a book. And that completely discouraged me because it said a lot of stuff I didn't understand. So I just put that book away and I left the stock market for several years. And you're probably saying, well, how am I going to learn about the stock market if I can't read any books? I highly recommend you start on YouTube and Investopedia.com. There's so much information out there on these two venues. You'll learn a lot, I promise you that. You can get to books, but after you learn the basics, I recommend that because it's only gonna confuse you and possibly discourage you, and I don't want that. Another thing you can do to learn is watch me. And you're watching this video, so good job. And that brings us to step number 3, watch the stock market. Well, what do you mean watch the stock market? Exactly how it sounds, just watch the stock market. What I mean by that is be up to date on all those events that are going on with the companies and the world. I usually use Seeking Alpha and Yahoo Finance. Those keep me pretty much up to date on a daily basis. And you ask, why do we need to know about the news and current events? Well, because those current events trigger certain companies to go up or down. And you want to see trends like that. For example, when the American Airlines event happened with the man being pulled out of the airplane, guess what? Their stock went down. It eventually went back up, but that's a whole different story. So current events are very valuable to you because you start seeing trends. You start seeing different things that happen with different companies. And you want to start recognizing those things so that it can help you in the future when you start trading. Another thing you want to be watching is the president. The president has so much power in the stock market. He can make it either go up or down depending on what he says. And recently with our current president, we noticed that in the beginning. When he first took office, any tweet, text, or just news about the president will make the stock market go up or down. It was pretty interesting. If you're thinking, this sounds boring, like, I don't want to do all this stuff. This sounds boring. Let me tell you guys, trading is boring. I promise you guys that. It shouldn't be fun. If you want it to be fun, then all you're going to be doing is gambling. And you don't want to gamble on the stock market because you're going to lose your money. If you want to have fun with your money, go to Vegas. That's what I do. But trading isn't fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of hours. But at the end, I love it. And we're on step number 4, learn a system. You must and have to learn a system. You can't just go all willy-nilly into the stock market. You're gonna lose money that way. I promise you that because I've been there, done that. Now you may have to pay somebody for this, but it's worth it for your education. It's kind of like going to school. You're gonna pay for school to learn, to get that degree, to get a job in that field. It's the same thing, guys. It's valuable to you that you learn a system before you start trading. And as you're learning that system, again, I recommend YouTube and Investopedia.com because They are your friends. And that brings us to our final step, guys. Step number 5, practice trading. Now, I don't want you to be practicing with real money. I want you to practice with paper money. What that means is you pretty much write down a certain stock, what you think you would buy it at and sell it at. Kind of like my videos. If you see my Market Monday videos, you'll see that I do that a lot. Well, I actually do that in real life. I set a target price to buy and a target price to sell. Now, everything varies within a day because there's news and there's events and so forth that change the market, but I use that as my guide. So definitely write these down and make notes of everything. And this is how you're gonna learn how the market works. Now, don't cheat. Don't say, oh, I would have bought it here and sold it here. No, and then say, oh, I would have made money here. Don't do that. You're gonna get it wrong or right, but the thing is to learn from it. It doesn't matter how it turns out, but just learn from this practice and just do it every single day. Like I said, it's gonna be boring. It is boring, guys, but you'll learn from it, and there's a possibility in the future you're gonna make money. And eventually, with so much practice, implementing that system that you learned, then molding it to your system, and just practice, you'll eventually notice, hey, I could actually make money off of this. And once you get it down, I want you to practice some more and some more and some more, because practice is gonna make that difference between losing and making money. I promise you that. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope this brought a lot of value to your beginning journey to investing in the stock market. Please feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Make sure you also click that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the comments.